Hello, everyone. This is T.I.E, Together Individual Entertainment, coming to you with another episode from yours truly. Okay, so basically, today is the last day of January, right? Which means we're entering the second month. And speaking of seconds, this is the topic that I'm talking about for today. So, have you ever wondered, what happens next in a story? Well, okay, we all know Nickelodeon, right? Nickelodeon has been with us for a very long time. And from what I also understand, in the Nickelodeon studios or wherever it is, there's a time capsule that was buried in 1991. The time capsule had not been disrupted or nothing, but it has been moved several times. And from what I understand, and I'm serious, from what I understand, the time capsule is buried or somewhere in a hotel or something at Nickelodeon Studios. Excuse me. Anyways, besides the time capsule that's going to be opening up in 2042, Nickelodeon has had some trouble lately. And I'm not talking about the present or recent episodes of shows that we're getting into, such as the Really Loud House, the Loud House, Casa Grandes, and so many other shows that is going on. I'm talking about the reality shows, not like reality. I'm talking about the live action shows that we have seen on Nickelodeon, and it's saying most of this is getting trouble, and I mean trouble. I'm asking, where are the second seasons? Yeah, that is my question today. Where are the second seasons of shows that we have noticed, done, and so forth and so forth? Because there were two shows that I was watching, and I bet all of you have forgotten about this because there was only one season of these shows that they had not decided to put in a second season. The first show that I'm talking about is The Other Kingdom, where a fairy has traveled to the real world, and she basically goes to learn about real school life. She tries to hide her fairy secret. Of course, she has a best friend that she does tell and everything. And of course, we can't forget about the whole boy trouble thing where she fell in love with a human, or so we thought it was a human. I really don't like it when I give out spoilers, but this has to be a reminder to you guys. At the end of the first season of The Other Kingdom, she finds out that that the boy crush she has been crushing on is not a human, or in other words, she calls it an other. She finds out that he's a fairy prince, but the fairy prince happens to be a Spartanian, which happens to be a rival to her kingdom. And then all of a sudden, we go to Romeo and Juliet mode, where he's being taken away by his father and everything. And there is no second season to see if they end up together, because that's just plain stupid. You ask me. How could you leave us with something so sad and an ending on the first season and not I'm serious. How could you not give another season to say that things are going to work out when clearly it's not? And the second show, The Astronauts, also left us with a sad ending or a curious ending. The astronauts were supposed to be coming home or something. Instead, they travel in space to see his alien spaceship or whatever. There's no second season of The Astronauts either. Do they make it home? We're talking 5 kids who get stuck in space by accident or whatever, and they're in trouble and so forth and so forth. Nickelodeon needs to wake up big time. Needs to wake up. We have been with Nickelodeon for so long that in some way we're missing out. And I mean missing out. The Astronauts and The Other them was really good shows, in my opinion. But there's no second season. Just like there's no second season of Julie and the Phantoms, even though there's been a confirmation on YouTube from this reviewer, which we don't know if there's a second season of Julie and the Phantoms on Netflix yet. These second seasons that we never see are like, I keep asking myself, where are the second seasons of these shows that we have seen since like forever? I mean, Kenny Ortega's a legendary person. Kenny Ortega's the one that choreography and everything at Julie and the Phantom. And look how successful he's done with every single movie that we have seen from him on Disney Channel, from Cheetah Girls to Descendant. That was so good. And then all of a sudden, when we get into the Netflix series Julie and the Phantom, there's no second season. He could have at least tried to fight that. But every single time we get into the ending of the first season, there's never a second season of the show that we have seen. We asked and asked and asked, where is the second season of these shows? I mean, I'm getting tired of not seeing a true ending to most of these shows that I've been watching. I mean, I always have to look back on YouTube and rewatch, and I mean rewatch, the episodes that I have already seen. And I'm like asking, what happens? What happens next? Where are they? If you ask me, Nickelodeon and Netflix, they're not making any sense. If it was up to me, I would consider protesting, or no better yet, there's a website called change.org where you can create a petition, which I have done. I have created a petition after petition, and I did not get a lot of signatures. The only petition that I ever got a lot of signatures on was to make a live action Gargoyles TV show, which would be awesome. Because who doesn't love gargoyles from Disney that we used to watch, right? Well, I mean, let me ask you something. When was the last time you got inspired to do a live action thing and then it doesn't work out? When it can't, if you just give it a chance. Because if you ask me, I want to see if Batman Beyond could be changed to a live action too. Many seasons have successfully gone right. Like, the only show that I've ever been watching on Disney XD is The Owl House. And that is a good show. The show that I've been watching on Nickelodeon, I've been watching The Really Loud House, The Loud House, The Casa Grandes, Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder, which is good. And I'm crossing my finger we get a second season out of that one. Because if Nickelodeon does this to a third show that I'm enjoying with Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder, I swear I'm gonna freak out. I swear I'm gonna go mad. Because the second seasons are important to tell us the next chapter of the lives and tell us if everything that end up right, which we did not get an answer to on Nickelodeon's past show, The Other Kingdom and the Astronauts. Where the heck is the second season of that? Because this is not fair to any of us. And I mean, I'm getting very mad right now that none of these second seasons ever worked out the way they're supposed to. Because, I mean, we're supposed to get a second season, right? If they keep us at a climax and then drop the bomb on us with a climate exit or whatever, that we have no idea what's going to happen next for that second season, we might as well just make up our own. Well, guess what? I really want Nickelodeon to create a second season with Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder, and The Really Loud House. But I also think the Casa Grandes also deserve an equal chance to do a live action thing as well. The Casa Grande family or something like that. I don't know. Because if the Loud House gets a reality thing, then maybe the Casa Grandes also deserves one too. But still, Nickelodeon, and I'm serious. For those of you that did not notice, Nickelodeon has never once considered putting in a second season for most of these shows that just end up with the first season and never continue. Which is stupid. Just like Mira and Royal Detective. What happened to her? I mean, Mira Royal Detective just ended, like last year or whatever. And that was on Disney Junior. Everybody was getting into the India culture, which was great. And then something just happened without another season. What happened? What happened in that second season? The most successful TV show that I've been watching on Disney, the only show I've been watching on Disney Channel is Miraculous Ladybug because it's like a kid's soap opera. And you know what? I think that's why a lot of these shows don't turn out the way that they do, because people want more drama. People want more excitement. People want this and that. Power Rangers has been going on for nearly 30 years. And this year does mark the 30th anniversary, which there's going to be a special on Netflix for the 30th anniversary, of course. And the biggest question that I am asking in this little concept, is there going to be Jason David Frank before he died? Did Jason David Frank actually be in the 30th anniversary special before he died? And then there's Amy Jo Johnson, who played Kimberly, and people are asking, why isn't she in the 30th special? Because she was the first Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. What happened? I'm just speaking my mind out here, people. We're talking a major situation of all these shows not ending up with a second season or continuing or anything. I mean, who knew that Power Rangers would outlast any kind of show that we have grown up with for the last 30 years, right? I mean, that's great. That's awesome. But yet, I'm talking about a show that doesn't have a second season in them. And we don't even have that. The Astronauts, Other Kingdom, Mirror Royal Detective, every last detail of all these shows that we've ever watched and never got another season out of it just disappears. Just disappears without a trace. I mean, what is going on, people? What is happening? Where are those second seasons that we need? But I'm telling you like it is. Either we get a second season out of these shows, or we could just say bye-bye to what we know for sure. Because I really am tired of not knowing what happens next in the story of the Other Kingdom. I'm tired of not knowing what's going to happen next in Julian and the Phantoms, not knowing what's going to happen next to the Astronauts. I mean, there are so many questions in my mind about all this. I mean, it always drops into the bomb and we don't even know what happens next. Because they either get canceled, they either don't happen, or anything. Because, I mean, seriously, we always get the news about a second season not happening. It's not available to be renewed for a second season. Well, guess what? It has to happen. Because it's always leaving us with questions in our mind about what happened. Can you not imagine? And I'm serious, can you not imagine any kind of situation where your head is falling to the ground and wondering when it's going to end? With the questions and stuff? I mean, that's just crazy. It just gives you a mild headache if you ask me. Second seasons are important because they continue the story. They continue on and on about like what the heck happened to them. Where are they? Did they arrive home safely in the Other Kingdom? Did they end up? What happened? Do you not understand that some things are meant to have a second season, or are you just not hearing us out, or are you not wanting to do it at all? Because most people, and I'm serious, most people think that a second season should not be happening because it doesn't make sense. This show should have never been on there in the first place, or whatever. But it's ridiculous. It really is. It's ridiculous. I just don't think, and I'm serious, I don't think that none of us should ever have these questions in our mind without a second season giving us answers. I mean, it's always a jaw-dropping bombshell on the first season. I'm just putting it out there, people. I am putting it out there, saying this needs to happen, that needs to happen, and so forth and so forth. But I'm telling you, there is no way that we should have if you don't, if you have a first season of the show but never have a second, why have that show in the very get-go if it ain't gonna have a second season? I know you need a test subject, but really, don't put it out there if it ain't gonna have a second season. You want to have that show out there? Test it on a preview public first. Like, just put it in a miniature theater and invite these guys back to every season until you actually think that they're going to like it. Because, I mean, I loved Julie and the Fans. I loved the Other Kingdom. I loved the Astronauts. I loved everything that Nickelodeon has given us on those three. I loved all three of those shows. But as soon as the second season never happened, that's where I got mad, and I really wanted to see a second season. Second seasons are important. And it also gives out the question, where's Mira Royal Detective as well? I, for one, am not happy with the results, people. The results, they need to be thought through pretty easily, and they need to be thought through pretty cautiously, too. I'm just saying, I'm like, whew. I mean, I just don't really enjoy how they're ending out not with the second season. I'm mad that there is no spontaneous thing going on here. I just want a second season on most of these shows, I just said, because of the fact that we need them. We need a second season to see what happens or whatever. I'm just mad. I'm mad. I'm mad that this even would happen in a case so bad that I wouldn't even like. But I'm serious. Nickelodeon has to get their thoughts straight, and Netflix does too. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what they're doing. All I know is Nickelodeon, wake up! If Nickelodeon can just, and I'm serious, if any kind of company, Disney, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Family, Discovery Family, any kind of company can work to bring a second season from those shows, especially Julie and the Fans. Everybody wants a second season from Julie and the Fans, and I agree, but nothing happened. But I want to see a second season with the Other Kingdom and the Astronauts as well. And where's that? Where's the second season? Does anybody not understand that second seasons are important? Or are they just not hearing us out? Like, seriously, are we not being heard? Are we not being told? Are we not, like, given updates? No, we're not. We're not being told anything. We're not being, anything in particular. I mean, can you just imagine, like, how things are working out for us? I mean, it's ridiculous. It is. Life is so unfair. Life is ridiculous. I don't know what to tell you guys. All I'm saying is we need to step up our game and say, hey, I'm starting a petition. Let's get it out there and let them know we want a second season. Because I don't even think anybody wants to see a first season without a second season. I mean, it's driving us crazy that second seasons don't happen. And yet they should be because of the fact that we need it. We need one. If they want the story to have a happy ending or something, they need to have a second season. So, what happened? Where are they? Where are the second seasons that we can't even enjoy our shows that we were watching? Where are they? Because I don't see any successful thing going on. Because all I'm thinking is, and I'm serious, the only thing people are interested in these days is more drama, more comedy, more anything. Because I just said, I just said. Because the most successful, and I mean the most successful TV shows that we've been seeing, The Simpsons, The Power Rangers, Miraculous Ladybug, The Owl House, all have one thing in common. Drama, comedy, and so many other things. Isn't that what the other kingdom and the astronauts, especially in Julie and the Phantoms, was bringing us? They were bringing us drama, some like this and that. I bet in a way it wasn't even working out the way that everybody thought, and it was, and they just don't want to listen to us. They don't want to listen to the public. They don't want to hear us out. They don't want to well, guess what? We need a second season, people. We need to speak our minds, get out there on the internet, do a petition on change.org, and let them know a second season of a lot of shows are needed. Because what kid, I'm glad that Miraculous Ladybug is like a kid soap opera, but the moment that they grow up, what are the chances that these kids will just get into that? What are the chances that the kids would just get into the live action soap operas because that's all they ever saw from Miraculous Ladybug? And don't get me wrong about this one either. Paw Patrol and the new show, Rubble and Family or whatever from Paw Patrol related as well is going to do this. And I know that's going to be successful because every kid loves Paw Patrol. But then again, seriously, we need a little more adventure here. We need to have a little more conspicuous. I don't know what happened in the other kingdom, the astronauts or Julie and the Phantoms, but their story ending did not make sense. It left us with a bombshell. It left us with a cliffhanger, and there's no second season about it or one. Yeah, I'm mad. And you guys should be too. If you were watching a show and it only ended up with one season and left with a cliffhanger, if you're mad about that, go ahead and burst it out on the internet. Burst it out on anything, because I can't take this anymore. I want to see a second season of the show that I just said. Julie and the Phantoms, the other kingdom, and of course, the astronauts. I'm tired of the cliffhangers. I'm tired of not having continuing story. I'm tired that they're not a special ending that people say, oh, there's hope. There's happiness and everything, because what you left us on this shows was just like a sad ending or no happy ending or anything like that. You know what? Trust me. I really think it's time to put our minds on the spot and speak it out. Speak our minds, people. Speak our minds. And let them know what we think about this whole situation with Nickelodeon. Because I swear, if Nickelodeon doesn't give you a second season of Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder, or a Really Loud House or anything, trust me, it's only going to get worse. Way worse. Because Nickelodeon doesn't do a lot of second season with their shows. And I should know. Because I swear, they better. And I want to see the return of Other Kingdom and the astronauts. And I definitely hope Netflix will bring back Julie and the Phantoms too. I just don't appreciate this, ever, of not having a second season. Well, I just spoke my mind. So, share, like, comment, tell me what you think. Because I've already spoken my mind. So, in the meantime, this is Ty saying, give us a second season, everyone. Give our shows a second season. And there you have it, and bye.